Josh to host this kind of TRAE fellow event. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I think we can start now. Hello, everyone. I'm Rita from the TRAE team, and I'm in charge of the global community operation. And thanks for Josh. He actually our Nigeria fellow, and who are helped to host this kind of TRAE Friends activity all over the world. And very happy you guys are joining this event online. Today, we will introduce the TRAE Solo event and also our TRAE Solo release and the basic function of all our TRAE fellow function. So I think I will start from the TRAE Solo release for everyone. And if you have any, for example, issue or question, you can just let me know. And we can just answer your question and all about our TRAE issues later in this. Okay, so our TRAE actually has a solo function, and we are the first responsive coding agent now. This is what our TRAE is doing. So we are actually start from the 2024 with MarsCode launch, and then in January of 2025, we have the international release. I believe that some of you have tried TRAE before. I'm not sure when it starts. Do you have, for example, share with me when is your first time meet with TRAE, or when do you first know TRAE about this? I will very happy to know about this information, so I can know that, for example, in which time and which function that TRAE. Yeah. So at this time, we have the MarsCode and TRAE brand merger in 2024 April, which is first that we launched in overseas, and in this May, in May, we actually over 1 million users all over the world. So this is basically the history of TRAE and what TRAE is doing now. Okay, so in I think 2025, July 2025, we actually launched the context engineer. We have this AI integrated IDE here, and we help our builders and also our engineer to have the PRD and tech design and UI design all into our Solo function, which is the first time that we try to provide a end-to-end solution for all our user, which we called it Solo. And Solo Builder is what we have in the first time. This is a agent provide to all our users that they can build a program 0 to 1. For example, they can have the requirement docs first. For example, the build movie website, and we have all kinds of doc review, and also we have the PRD here. You can just see this, and we can just link to the Figma design file, and also we can directly deploy on our Solo environment. So you can use, for example, Vercel to directly deploy online. And also, we have this kind of Solo builder, which have the backend generation capability. We have the Superbase project to manage the users and data, and we have the smart tasks breakdown. For example, we have the PRD generating, and you can confirm your PRD first, and then you can just confirm step by step and co-work with our Solo builder. And we have the built-in Figma integration. For example, if you are a designer or a product manager, you will have for example, the Figma design, and you want to directly link to our TRAE. Then our TRAE provide the AI APIs for this, and it support a very large-scale product development. And also we have the payment service. If you have this kind of payment model and payment issues, you can directly use our TRAE to build your website or apps. So this is what we called Solo Builder, and we have released a new agent of Solo Coder, which is directly integrated end-to-end solution and deal with more difficult tasks. So we have the responsive review and responsive context and responsive tasks. I will explain this one by one. So in responsive review, actually we have all this kind of visualize the entire invocation process. For example, we have the better information presentation of online. And also we have this kind of agent uses tools. You can just know this. And also we have the long text compact here. And also we have the plan model. I will show you step by step later. And we have the to-do list here and multitasking. So you just can have multi-agent in one direction and one window so that we can deal with more difficult issues and also run multiple projects in one time. So here is what we do here, and you can have your own sub-agent here. This is what we did in solo model. Okay, I will show you this solo demo here, and also I will provide everything here. And if you have any, event feedbacks, you can just let me know, and we will provide for all our participants today with a 3-day free token. So you can just feedback the event and then let me know your email, and I will provide you later. Okay. Okay, I will show now in our tray to have a very small tasks, and so that you can just know about what we are doing and how tray is working now. Wait a minute, let me try to have this sharing. Yeah, if you have any, questions or you have any, issues, you can just leave the information here and I will feedback. Okay, if you do not have any more issues and any more things, I will just show my tray and to show what we are doing now in tray. So this is basically what we are showing in TRAE. This is the settings and also the two models. One is the builder, so that we can directly choose different models here, and you can just choose the model you like to finish with our TRAE. And also how we can switch to the solo mode, you can just click here, and this is our solo mode. So in solo mode, we have two things. One is Solo Builder just released, just introduction in our material for a end-to-end realization of ideas. And also we have the Solo Coder to deep understanding of the complex tasks. For example, it can handle the integrations and also have the sub-agent here and subtasks here. You can have all these kind of tasks in one time. Okay, I would like to show Solo Builder first, and Josh will show a more difficult tasks later, so we can know Solo Builder and Solo Coder later. Yeah, so here we will open a new photo here. So if you do not actually have any experience of this kind of AID before, you just talk here, and it will lead you step by step. For example, help me to make an e-commerce website. Okay, if I just do not know anything of this, I will just stand it out. And you can also choose the two different kind of models here. One is Gemini and one is GPT. So I just stand out and it will remind me of everything step by step. Okay, so we can open the folder and create new thing here. Yes. And the Solo Builder is actually analyzing, and it will provide everything step by step from the PRD first and then everything else. So we can just wait for it for a moment when it's thinking. And if you have any question now, you can just let me know. Yeah, now I can see that. So Solo Builder is actually, it will help you to generate a PRD first, and you can confirm step by step. So you can double click here and you can confirm, for example, what it actually present to us about the UI and UX design, and also the core feature of what is this. And also the feature model here, you can just confirm everything, and then it will help us to confirm everything step by step. So it will give us a basically preview of every page. For example, the home page of the hero section, category navigation, and search bar, which is the Solo Builder get from the internet, what is basically an e-commerce website will need. So in this kind of thing, it will have a directly end-to-end from the home page to checkout page and the user account page. It will design everything based on its understanding of this. So, and you can just have your own text here. For example, if you have for example, the admin dashboard, you think the order management need to view and updates, and maybe you need the contact function, you can just add here. So it will help you to realize a website step by step, and you can confirm everything and keep your code and also your function design under control. So this is this is actually everything here it present to you. And we can wait for 1 more minute for our TRAE Solo Builder to realize everything here. And it will give you also the technical architecture to check. If you have any more questions, you can just let me know and leave your comment. And if you want to have this kind of, trail, we will show our QR code later also, and you can just feedback about your event, and also you will get a 3-day free trial after the event. Okay, it will actually give us the technical architecture, which is basically a comprehensive document of all your needs. For example, your product document and also your technical document. So you can just check everything. If you have the basic, or you have you are a experienced, I think, developer, you can just confirm everything. Or actually, it is more technical than that, because we have the end-to-end and help our developers to realize everything. For example, it has the design of the PRD and also the technical document, which is more fit for our developers to do so. So I think that it is quite a complicated, it is quite a complete product of the developer, but not just a chat. So I think everything is done here. So if you do not want to actually check everything, you just ready to build. So the TRAE Solo Builder will help you to generate this kind of website step by step. Let's wait for 1 more moment and see what our TRAE Builder will help us to generate. Yes. If you have the, because TRAE Solo is more like a end-to-end developer. So if you do not, if you do not define and tell our builder what kind of programming language you want, it will choose the language by itself. But if you have the dedicated language requirement, you just let it know, and it will follow your requirement. So you can see that actually our Solo Builder has has listing this kind of thing for the to-dos and also the tasks here, and you can just check everything, and it will finish all these to-dos and tasks one by one. And if you have anything that you want to do, then you can just check. Yeah, and actually, if you are, for example, do not have any experience of coding or anything, you just need to use the solo builder to realize everything. So you just do not need to download, for example, the environment or anything. It will help you to finish all of this. Yeah, you can see that actually it has listed the to-dos and also the things that it will done. And also if it will check the environment if it has, and also all this terminal needs here. So you just do not need to do anything. You just need to wait for TRAE Solo Builder to help you to do everything here. So you can just need to wait for one more moment, because I think it has designed a quite large website, so it may need some time to generate everything. And also we have the flow here. And if you have any, for example, you want to follow your coding and also you want to check everything, you can just turn it on. And also we have different things here. You can use your browser. You can use your browser directly here, and also you can just link to Figma here. So if you have the Figma account, you can directly share and link your account here. But I think I do not actually have the account now, so I will just show you. You can just directly choose one you need, and then it will help you to do so. Okay, let's back to so you can see the terminal is actually coding now. We can just wait for one more minute. Okay, and also we have the files you can just review here. If you if you have the experience of coding, you just can just keep or undo, or you can just based on your understanding of this. If you have any questions or issues, for TRAE, actually you have the monthly fee here. Okay, in this time, I will just open one new, for example, the new TRAE.ai functions here. Wait a minute. Let me maybe change my screen to TRAE.ai. So this is our TRAE website. And you can see here the pricing. We have the monthly fee here now, and you can just use this per month, but we only have 10 fast requests and 50 slow requests of for free. And also you can pay $3 for the first month if you are a new user and $10 for a normal price. And also if you pay, yes, you can. So now actually, so for the manual editing here, you can just, I just have show you that you can just follow the code that TRAE is doing. And also if you want to change anything, you can just click here and also just let it stop and change everything here. If you want to change anything, you just go this coding area and you can change directly. If you have any, for example, coding basis or coding experience you want to change, then you can just follow this and change what you want. Yes. So I think it still needs some time. If you have any more questions, you can just let me know. If you are keep free account, you can just have a limited fast request and also some slow request here. Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Hey guys, in case you want to ask any questions, you can request for your mic to be unmuted and you can ask your question.
Yeah, you can see that actually from what we are requesting, TRAE Solo Builder will help us to realize everything, and also it will actually tell what kind of thing the TRAE Builder is doing, and you can check step by step here. For example, under the project with some environment, it will here, and also you can just click everything and check what actually is TRAE Builder is doing here, and you can just see the code diff here also, and you can just change for everything you do not actually want. So now it went to the headers. So we just wait it, because I think that the e-commerce website is a relatively complicated task because it has a tab and sub-tab. If you have the actually one page, it will be easier for it to do so. So maybe maybe the e-commerce needs some longer time. Let's just wait for one more moment for this. Yeah. Actually, we're waiting for the attributor is doing. So it has actually the making the category. So what we are doing is waiting for the hero category and feature products tab. I think they're still for the sell file page and checkout page. So there's still 2 pages to do. So we're just waiting for the solo builder to do so and waiting for everything it will done. If you have any question or you want to try now, you just let me know. And during this time, if you want to, for example, know more about TRAE, you can just search for the TRAE.ai and see what and check out our blogs. So there will be more user cases and also the introduction here. And also, our TRAE is provided for everything to review. For example, what it will done, and if you want to, check everything, you just click here to check more. And if you want to undo, or you can just click here. But for those who do not have more coding experience, you can just keep or. So TRAE will help you to do everything. It won't stop if you, for example, if you do not check, it won't stop. And if you want to undo this, it will go back there and then undo. We just gave TRAE Solo Builder more time to do so.
So guys, what we are witnessing is a TRAE solo builder in action for those who have zero knowledge when it comes to software development. You have a product you want to build, you have an application, you have whatever it is that you want to bring to life. This is how solo builder get it done for you. So once we are done with this, then we'll go over to the more complex stuff. Yes. So, but what you're seeing at the moment is TRAE solo builder, building from scratch, end to end, back end, front end, bringing all together for you to ship out. Yeah. So, like I said, if you have any question, you can request for the mic or use the chat feature, and then we can interact. This is pretty much how TRAE interacts with their users, and it's an opportunity for Nigerians, Africans to interact with TRAE community globally, and whatever requests you have that you want these features for the product, you can request for it. This is how we bring together developers and also those who operate in the international scale.
Okay, it comes to the home page.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, do you have any more questions? You
Yeah,
can
good
just
afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Joseph. Nice to have
Yeah,
you here.
thank you very much for the enlightenment. It's been so awesome trying to join. So currently I'm at the office, but I've been trying to find every way to join the meeting because
thank
it
you.
has been so awesome. Yeah. I want to say kudos to Rita, and I also want to say kudos to Mr. Otomo. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and also a big kudos to Mr. Frank Ikemefune for this opportunity. All right, so let me just go straight to the point. So to be honest with you, I have zero knowledge about tech. Okay, let me put it this way: not about tech, but zero knowledge about AI. Like, it's something I'm so interested in. I love, but currently I have zero knowledge about it. But I am so interested in actually knowing the ropes. I'm also interested in also knowing how it works and also being involved in tech. regardless of every other thing I'm into, right? It's something that I really, really love, right? So I want to know, is there like an arrangement? How is it going to be like for people that have zero knowledge? When I mean zero knowledge, I mean, let me put it this way: they've actually maybe in time past learned some of the ropes, but along the way, they stop learning and they've been carried away by or carried away by a lot of other things involved. Like they've just been into other things, right? And they've not really had time to really, really um, go into it or understand the ropes. Of course, you need to get the knowledge before you can actually carry out these things, especially the fact that it's technical and all. So I want to know, is there like a going to be a class for beginners, like from the scratch? And how is it going to be? Is it going to be just online? Because I know it's not going to be totally free at some point. But what are the modalities involved, and how can you create such avenue for people like us that really, really we're so interested in this, really, really love to know more about this, but we have zero knowledge about it, and we're so interested in it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, we will have this kind of online sharing and maybe offline sharing in the future. So I think Josh will help also to share more about this. We will have a series of sharing later. So if you are still, for example, interested in TRAE and interested in AI coding, you can just join and follow our TRAE communities event online and offline. Yeah, Josh, do you want to share more?
Yes. Okay, that's a great question. On request, Joseph. Good to have you on board. So the whole premise of introducing TRAE is not just for you interacting with the IDE, the code editor. It is also an opportunity for us to onboard as much people who have zero knowledge of coding into tech. So we have a plan come next year, and that plan is to introduce training materials for people who have zero knowledge when it comes to software development, but everything is built around TRAE. So it is an opportunity for people who have zero knowledge to go into specializations like front-end development, back-end development, and all of that. So we are in the process of creating a curriculum where we are creating a curriculum that is all encompassing, and we are doing this alongside TRAE, carrying everybody along. And we know that with a strong community and everybody bringing products, ideas to life, we can push the frontiers of technology in Africa. So and also another reason why we are doing this meetup is this is a starting point for future events. So it doesn't just stop here. This is just like meet the product. You understand? So when this is done, there are so many events that will have so many meetup, physical meetup, and all in tertiary institutions and all of that. So in order for this to happen, we need to onboard as much people who have zero knowledge when it comes to software development. I'll be in charge of most of these operations. Of course, you can. By the end of this meetup, I'll drop my contact details. Come next year, we are taking TRAE across the length and breadth of Africa, and for that to happen, it means that there's a strategy where we will onboard everybody, and that we will communicate across to you. So just sit tight and have it at the back of your mind that you are in safe hands, and you are going to change the trajectory of your career, and you will transition smoothly for whatever career it is to tech.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you so much, Mr. Joshua. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah.
You're welcome.
If you have any more, for example, feedbacks and also the related topics you want to know, you can just let us know, and we will share, for example, that direction maybe in next meetups or online sharing. Here we can see that the builder comes to the homepage of hero section, and I think there will be also the checkout. components. Yeah, homepage of everything. Yeah, we can just wait for 1 more minute to see, because I think TRAE Builder want to actually build everything perfect. Yeah, so in this kind of thing, I also want to mention, it is decided by what kind of prompt we provide. For example, if you have a lot of very specific requirement. For example, sorry, I need to mute Henry first. Yeah. If you have very specific requirement, and also if you know what kind of product you want to know, you just let TRAE Builder know. For example, if I change this e-commerce website to a very specific way, for example, I just want a homepage of a woman suits or things like that. It will help you to do things very quick. But if you have a very this kind of prompt is actually not so clear, so Solo Builder will help you to do a lot more. It will do things from its understanding of a whole complete product, so it will cost more. If you have a very clear prompt and set everything well, it will not, for example, cost everything here and wait for this. So it also decided by what kind of prompt you provide. Yeah. We can just for 1 more minute to finish everything. Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, if you have actually no software development experience and want to, for example, make the website, I think TRAE Solo Builder is quite suits for you, because it just needs one sentence or anything to finish all these things. I think it is done. So let's just see this. Okay, it has complete. Okay, so for now, I think that everyone here, if you do not have any, for example, development experience, because I saw that there's a lot of people maybe do not have the experience of coding, so you just want to preview this, right? You just keep. Okay, nice to meet you. You just keep here, and you just tell our TRAE Solo Builder I need the preview. Yeah, so I was basically show everything that if you do not have the development or engineering experience, how you can run this kind of thing. TRAE ID is actually have the trail for everything, and you can just try for 10 fast requests. Okay, so you get this. Oh, I think there's something wrong with this. I will fix this. Wait, still checking. Let me show later here. Okay, things done now. Okay, we can just see here. So this is actually what we have done directly from the TRAE Solo Builder. I don't do even one line of code. I didn't code for anything. So it provide actually the different categories here and also the different things here. And you can just click here and then search for every product. I'm not sure if there is anything here because for example, we choose the electronic and choose 100 for this. Okay, I'm not sure it will have any product because we do not provide for anything, but let me check if there is anything. Okay, so for this, if you find that, for example, now I don't think my TRAE provide me with a very great, for example, result. We can just go here and see everything here. For example, the top banner cannot be clicked. Then you can just tell our TRAE Solo Builder to change and update. And it will directly, update from each side to know more. So if you find anything you want to change or want to, for example, have things to change, you can just let the TRAE Solo Builder know here and change everything. So I just show you a very small demo here, and I see that in the comment there is a link. There is something with Vercel. So I will show also the deploy part. You can use this. The deploy is directly actually linked to the Vercel, so you can just deploy on Vercel and yeah. And after this, you got your link. You can just connect your service to the Vercel link. And after everything is done, you can just here. So we actually provide a lot of things here. You can just use your MCPs, your integrations here. We integrated with a lot of things. For example, the Superbase, Vercel, and also you can use your other, stripes or AI key things here. So basically, TRAE Solo Builder is providing a end-to-end function that you can finish everything here. So this is Solo Builder, which more fit for the 0 to 1 experience user that you do not have any coding experience, but you want to finish all of your, for example, website and apps from our end. So I think Solo Builder will very suitable for you. And also, again, we provide a free trial for all our TRAE friends at Nigeria. So you just scan this, the event feedback, and let me know your email so that we can send you the promo code next Monday, and you can try our TRAE Solo Builder for 3 days. Okay, I think it's all from my side and my sharing. Thank you all for here. And next will be Josh. He will show you more complicated tasks and how you can work with our solo coder to deal with different models and also different agents in this scenario. Okay, Josh, here you go.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm sure you can see firsthand how to build if you have zero experience when it comes to software development. Hi, Christiana. I see you. So now we are going to touch on, well, I won't call it complex stuff, but we're just going to touch on other features. I'm not going to waste much time because this is a meetup and we don't want to go into uh, too many complex details. So I'm going to share my screen. Just give me a few minutes to do that. Yep. All right. So basically, TRAE has two modes. We have the solo mode and we have the IDE mode. The IDE mode is simply your code editor where you have to edit your code manually. You understand? The first we saw was how you can build from scratch with zero knowledge on software development. And also for this area of programming, which uses the IDE, you without zero knowledge you could still build, but then you need information to guide you. So if you look at the top left of my screen, there's a solo toggle. There's a toggle that switches from solo to IDE, and you can see I've just switched to solo, where you have the solo coder and you have the solo builder, and I'm switching back to IDE. So I'm going to work on the IDE mode. So it's so easy toggling between solo builder and the IDE builder. It's just as easy as clicking the button on your top left. Now we have like other code editors. If you are familiar with the interface, we know you have your Explorer, you know you have your search, your source control, which handles everything that has to do with code changes and pushing to GitHub. Yes, this is the preview. So while you're working, typically if you're working on a front-end project, you can, if you're working on a front-end project and you would typically preview your whatever it is you're building on your browser. So when it compiles your code, you can preview it on your browser, but TRAE does it in such a way that you can preview whatever it is you're working on right here on the application. So yes, so let's just go straight to business. So this is how you switch from both solo to IDE. Now there's something called MCPs. And what is MCP? MCP simply stands for Model Context Protocol. So earlier on, while Rita was building, she shows GPT Pro as GPT-5 as the model which generated the website, the application that we saw, because what we saw was not just a website, but it has a backend integration. So looking on here, we could see some of the models that are available on TRAE. We have Gemini 3, which just launched a couple of days ago. Gemini 3, Gemini 2.5. We have Kimi, we have GPT. We have some few GPT models here, which is 5, 5.1, 5 medium, DeepSeek, and Grok 4. So these are the models, the AI models that are available on TRAE. Now let's get to business. So I want this to be an interactive section with you guys. So I would love someone to request for their mic to be unmuted and just tell us what you do, your business, whatever it is you do, and we'll build it. So that way, if you own a restaurant, if you own something, just mention. So we'll build it and we know that we can see it live and direct. So I just want somebody to volunteer for that. You can drop a comment in the chat session and we can work with that. All right, Christiana.
Hi, Mr. Joshua. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Christiana. You're welcome.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to be requesting for two things. The first, I work as an executive assistant, right? And I also have an event business, right? And one of the things I want to do is to create a platform where I can have fellow executive assistants, virtual assistants come together to form a community, and also see how, we can get companies, corporate boards to come and source for talents, on the platform, the events management platform.
Awesome. So let's just get straight to that. So Christiana she's an executive assistant and also runs an event business. So let's just focus on the executive assistant aspect of her craft, where she wants executive assistant across Nigeria under this platform where people can, if somebody from a different business wants an executive assistant, they can reach out to the platform like, I need someone to serve as an executive assistant for X and X time. So first thing first, of course, I've introduced the models that are available. Then we can, so I have a couple of agents here. So I have Figma Pro Design, I have back-end architect, I have research, front-end and design, I have front-end engineer, back-end test. So these are a couple of agents. So I'll be showing you guys how to create this and also how we can use that to build Christiana's request. So first things first, we are going to touch on what we call MCPs. And what are MCPs? MCPs are pretty much, so I'm going to use the analogy of a builder. So you want to build an apartment, you want to build a house. And of course, you don't have the knowledge required to piece together the different components that form a structure. So you need a carpenter, you need a mason, you need a painter and all of that. So we are going to liken MCP's model context protocol to your carpenter that does the carpentry job, to your tiler that does the tiling. You don't know how they do it, but they get the job done. So going to the settings on here, we can see, clicking on the settings, which is on the top right, you can check. So this is where you go when you're looking for how to add or remove MCP. You click on MCP, and this is a couple of MCPs I use. And yeah, there's a couple of MCPs I use, Puppeteer, Progress. So you can choose from here for, like, if you have a Figma account, you can select Figma AI Bridge and connect your design. If you're a designer, let's say your website designer, and all you just do is design stuff, you can link TRAE to your design account, and it seamlessly brings your designs to life. So this is the MCP marketplace, and there are a whole lot of MCPs to choose from. You can see this one is called YouTube transcript server, which retrieves transcript and subtitle from YouTube videos effortlessly. So if you're working on a product that requires you to take transcript from YouTube server, this is an MCP you could just add. So it's as easy as you wanted to build an apartment or a building, and you want a certain type of flooring, a certain type of design. So that is pretty much what MCP does in this regard. Looking on here, we have ClickUp. ClickUp for project management. We have something, okay, this is Instagram engagement analysis. So you're building a product that require some form of analytics, from Instagram. You can use this to extract demographic insight, engagement metrics, and all that. So it's just you deciding which one works best for you, depending on your front end or back end need. There's this popular one here, FM video processor that has a GUI, but this one can be, this MCP for video editing can also be integrated to your IDE. So there's no need for you to go to, let's say, go on YouTube or go and do something elsewhere and come back to the platform. You're doing everything right here on TRAE. So now let's move on to Christiana request. So this is, I'm going to create an agent for this right away. So I'm going to write a prompt that describes what the agent would do. So what would your agent do? Your agent typically connects to the models that we have available. You saw the list of models, which are Gemini, GPT, and Grok. So let's just create an agent for this, and let's say you are a front-end engineer who builds modern websites and integrates with back Yes, so let's just start with something basic like this. Then we have to generate the prompt, which will serve as your agent role. Like I said, your agent interacts with your model. So as you can see, it's generating the information which will populate the agent name, the instruction, the rules, the guidelines with which we form how we interact with the model. So let's just wait for this to generate, and we move on smoothly. So basically, let's just take, for instance, okay, it is done, generation successful. So typically you would tap this on other IDEs, but on this case, you just have to just type what it is that you want, and it does that for you seamlessly. So this is the prompt that is guiding our front-end engineer, which is, you are an expert front-end engineer with deep expert in modern web design, specializing in building responsive, performance user interface and seamlessly integrating them with backend APIs. You excel at creating. So moving to the core responsibilities, these are the core responsibilities for our agent, which is building responsive, accessible web applications using modern frameworks like React, Vue, Angular, and implement pixel perfect design from Figma and Sketch mockup with attention to details. So this is now forming the core responsibility for our agent. Now, this is instruction for AI integration, state management and architecture, performance optimization, cross-browser and device compatibility. What this means is that it's working perfectly on all devices, regardless of the screen size, tablet, or desktop screen. Of course, our phone screen interfaces differs. Technical standards, quality of code, write clean, self-documenting code with meaningful variables and function names. So that is the prompt that is now guiding our agent. And our agent name is called Front-End Builder. You can see it up there, it's called Front-End Builder. Moving on to, okay, when to call the agent, use this agent to build modern web interface. Integrate with REST, GraphQL APIs and all. Then now we have to now we've gotten to the point where we have to select the MCP, Model Context Protocol, that we work with. So by default, TRAE has pre-installed some I call them MCPs, but they work alongside your agent by default, which is your read, edit, terminal, preview, and web search. So we have your retrieve and view file, add, delete, and edit. So this is come pre-installed. So regardless of you adding more agents or not, it is already installed and also to search web. So you can be coding, instead of you going on Google on your browser to do all that, you can do your search on TRAE. So now let's select a few MCPs that we would work with. I'm selecting Shadzen UI, Excel. I don't see any need for Excel. I have a Figma. I think I already have my Figma connected. So let me select that. What else? Okay, let me add from the server. Let me go to the marketplace and see what else I can add. Okay, this is Google Map. If you're building something that require Google Map integration, you can have that added. Some cool products out there that have perfect Google Map integration, like Uber, Bolt, some of these food delivery applications does that perfectly. So in order for not to take so much time, I'm going to add pre-existing MCPs that I have installed. So I'm going to select sequential thinking. So what this sequential thinking does is it's a detailed tool for dynamic and reflective problem solving through thought. So it breaks down your complex problems into manageable tasks. So that way, if you present it with something very complex, it breaks it down and executes it seamlessly. So I'm going to select from, let me select Playwright and Puppeteer. So it's so easy to set up. For some MCPs, they require you to go on your account. So of course, you need an account on the various platforms that you want to integrate to your agent. So I'm gonna work with this. Yes. So I will save. So okay. I'll click create. We are using now. Okay, yeah. So we have our front-end builder with a couple of MCPs attached to it. So by clicking on this tool button on here that has this screen online notification, you can see that our front-end builder has Figma AI, Puppeteer, sequential thinking, and Shadzen UI, which have some of the cool icons that generate, let's say generate or give us, present some of the cool front-end interfaces we see on the internet on different platforms. So now let's move on to Christiana's request. Okay, so we say generate a website for a executive assistant company which specializes in offering these services to companies across Nigeria. So we're going to keep our prompt simple, and then there are a couple of icons here. So I'm going to touch on this icon, starting with this. So by clicking on this art symbol here, you can select the different agents that you've created, and you can toggle between agents. That is the beauty of it. You can toggle between your design agent. You can move to your backend architecture. You can if it's something that require a backend implementation, you can also switch whatever age. You can choose from whatever agent that you want to use. Now on top, we have these built-in agents. You can see on top, we have built-in agents. We have chat, we have builder with MCP, and we have the solo mode agent on here. But this is our custom agents that we are working with. So we select front-end builder, which is the one we're using for this case. Now there's this hatch button here that introduces context. Now, what are contexts? So the reason why AI native code editors stand out from the regular from the regular coding editor is that you need context when it comes to execution of your ideas. So it's almost as the analogy I gave of a builder who have people working for him. So let's say you have a painter who is working for you, and you need to give them an instruction that, oh, my friend painted his house green, and this is the color I need. Just by saying that to your friend doesn't necessarily mean that they know the shade of green that you need. So by introducing this context, it shows the agent and the model that you have integrated that this is exactly what I want. Now you can use the web if it's something that requires the agent to browse the web. You can add web. You can add the problem workstation. If it's something that is in your code, let's say, for instance, there are a couple of codes on your Explorer, which is at this section. If you can look at my mouse at this section of your screen where you have your code, which of course we'll get to, you can add that. If there are documentations already, you can add documentations. If there are folders, you can add that to serve as context to what you want to build. So for the sake of this, I'm going to just use web as a context here. So I'm going to select web. So while it's building, it's going to browse the internet. So you can add pictures. This is also a context. You can add an image so there are no images I'll be using in this case, but it's as easy as that. By adding images, it shows the what's it called, the agent, exactly what it is you want to build. Some of us use the chat interfaces of Gemini and GPT, where we are asking questions and then we attach an image to it. There's a popular move, will I call it movement on Twitter, where people were generating a likeness of themselves using Gemini and animated representations of themselves using a GPT. Before that can happen, you can't just type, oh, GPT, generate an image of myself. Of course, you need to add an image to it. And that alone is you providing context on how you look, your facial features, which will in turn guide the model in the perfect way to generate your likeness depending on the output. Okay, so we're working with Gemini 3 Pro. So we're going to select that. And then, so while I type this, while I gave this instruction, generate a website for executive assistant company, which specialize, this is something very, very broad. So you can optimize your input. So typically what I do is I usually type at length, of course, giving details of what I want to do. But in this case, we are going to optimize our instruction, our prompt. So let's click on optimization and see what it generates for us. Okay, so with the little prompt, with the little instruction I imputed, you can see there is now a detailed instruction on how we will get this done. Develop a professional responsive website for an executive assistant company that provides premium virtual assistant services to businesses across Nigeria. So we can still say visual and physical. So I'm going to add and physical assistance to businesses across Nigeria. Number one, the modern corporate design with company branding and all of that. Of course, you have your logo and all of that handy. So if I had a logo, I could add that to this prompt, and that will serve as a context. And I'll say, attached is my logo. Attached is the color scheme I would use. So since everything is just generic and for the sake of time, we're going to leave it the way it is. Technical requirement, mobile, responsive design, optimized for all devices. Yeah. Content should leverage. Okay, you can see here on number 4, it said content should leverage web to ensure relevance to the Nigerian business landscape and highlight competitive advantages in the local market. So you can see how this context comes to play when it comes to us building products. So we are pretty much building from scratch. Yes, so I'm going to give an instruction on the languages or the framework that it would use. So let me just input that somewhere around here and say use next.js and React. Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much a blank canvas, and let's just get started. So click send and we wait while it does that. So now the difference between Solo and IDE is that for IDE, you are in full control. You're in full control. You understand? Of course, you are in full control in your Solo mode, but now for the IDE, you can do a little bit of editing, like you're building from scratch. You understand? But for Solo mode, it's building the bumper package and presenting it to you, and you can do your editing afterwards when it's done. But then for us, we are building one step at a time. So it's installing the dependencies which will be needed to build this. We can see that from our terminal. Okay. Would you like to use React compiler? I'll say yes. Hold on. Okay, what's going on here? Let me get this. Couple of updates. Okay. So before now, you would have to install these dependencies manually. You have to install Next, install React, install all of this one after the other, but this is installing all of this for you. So there's this leap between how it is done from how things are done now using AI native IDEs. So it's installing all of these dependencies, which will be required to build our responsive application. So it's installing them. So, okay. So 358 packages installed, 0 vulnerabilities found. So created, okay, I think I saved this project as new restaurant because I thought that would be the restaurant, would be the restaurant website before the thought of interacting with you guys came. Yes. So looking at it, it's installing all the dependencies which will be needed for creating our responsive web interface. So now what you can see live is your AI model interacting with the agents which you've created, interacting with the MCPs which are plugged into different applications across the world. And for this case, we're just working with the few MCPs which I selected. So this is not just your ID interacting with ChatGPT or Gemini. And we need to understand that besides the instruction that we just gave, there's also an instruction embedded in the model which we created earlier, if you remember. So it's giving so much context to what you're building. So let's just wait while it creates everything that we need for Christiana's executive assistant application. So while this is generating, I want to interact with you guys such that if you have a question, you can ask me. And yeah, so we'll just sit here and be waiting. Yeah. So looking at it, it has generated the header. This is the code for the header. Yes, buttons, CSS, which serves as, okay. So it's generating the different components that is required for the executive assistant web application. Hello, Henry, you requested the mic? Hello, Henry. I think I'll have to mute you. Yeah, okay. Okay. How new users know what kind of MCP they need to use? How do you have any suggestions for us? Okay, so how do you know what MCP to use? So this is a technique I gave to a student of mine. I told him to make a list of these MCPs because, of course, they have different uses and you need to know how to apply it. So depending on what, so I told him that this is simply what you need to do. Make a list of the MCPs, have it, then copy that list of MCPs. This is the easy way to go about it. Paste it on a chat interface of an AI and ask it to do a separation of the front end and the back end MCPs, and then you study to know what each does. So that separates the front end and back end. So it's simply that's how it operates. Okay, let's see if we can have a preview of what we've built. Hold on. Okay, it's done. Okay, let's preview what we've. Okay. Let me just copy this and paste. That's what I do instead of typing. Copy and paste here. No. Okay, no, I've not started it. So you say npm start. npm start. Okay, it's ready. Let's go again. Now there you have it. This is Christiana's executive application. Yeah, this is it. Execute. So based on the fact that we didn't give it more context on the name of the company and all that, it just created the name of the company called Execute Assist. Elevate your business with world-class support. Yes, we have your home, we have services, we have about us, testimonial, contact. Everything here is pretty generic, and yeah. So So if we want to make some changes, we can make those changes in the code. Let's say we want to, hold on. We want to, let's just say we want to edit something in this subheader. This experience the ultimate executive, experience the ultimate in executive efficiency. We go to the hero. Let's do quick search. Type experience. No, I don't think it's there. Hold on. Not there. Sorry, guys. Let me. Okay, here it is. So we can make changes to how it is presented on the, so let's say experience the ultimate in executive efficiency in Christiana's okay, just hold on a bit. Christiana's business. Let me just use that. Save. Okay, just hold on a bit. I have to close all this. I'll open a new terminal and run it on development mode. Then we come to the preview. Yeah, you can see the changes I made by infusing Christiana's name into the subheader. You can see how it is now reflected here. Yes, so this is how you make these changes. And of course, we have a responsive display, and we can view it on different modes. You can view it on mobile. By clicking on this button up here, we can see how it looks in, so let's view it on iPhone 16 Pro Max. Yep, so this is how Christiana's website looks via mobile. Yes, easy peasy. You can see how it is done. Yeah, you can view it on tablets. Let's say iPad Pro. Let's view that on iPad Pro. Okay, this is how it looks on the Z Fold. This is how it looks as well. So we have a different representation of our websites on mobile and also on desktop. So this is how how TRAE helps build interactive applications, which we've seen live in action. So guys, that is it. We'll move on to the nurse section where we talk about what lies ahead. Thank you. Hello, Rita. Over to you. Let's talk about what the future holds for Nigerian developers.
Yeah, I think actually you showed a very complicated scenario in using TRAE and how TRAE is actually helping us and helping all developers. during their real, development process. So I would like for all Nigeria developers, please use TRAE to try out and to try your project at the first time. And if you have any feedbacks and any, suggestions, you can just directly feedback to me. My email and also the link and also the contact method is on Luma, and you can directly reach out to me with my email and anything that you want to feedback to me. Yeah, and also for those users still online, you can just fill in the feedbacks and also let me know your, for example, your experience about the development, and we will feedback. Yes, and also Josh, because he is a more experienced developer here. So if you have any, suggestions for us, you can just let me know. And our token is provided after you finish all these feedbacks of the questionnaire. You can just fill in your information here, and then we will feedback to you next week. And thanks again for staying with us and also enjoy this meetups and sharing. If you want to have more, you can just let me know. And also, we are very happy to have this meetups with Josh here.
All right, guys. So this is pretty much an intro for what future event for TRAE, and subsequently there'll be other events like this. I know we're in the festive season, and everybody's looking forward to Christmas and all, but we have a whole lot of package lined up for Nigerian developers and everyone who wants to get started in software development or building applications. You can reach out to Rita. I think I just dropped my email on the chat, so you can reach out to me directly. If you want to reach out to Rita, of course, she's right here. Yes. So if you have any question, you can ask, and also take time to scan this QR code so that you can access the token to try our TRAE. Yes, and we'll call it a wrap.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you. See you next time. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. So have a great one and happy holiday season to everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Say bye-bye.